Hello, everybody. My name is Ricardo Cabrera. I am representing the Latino Chamber of Commerce of Boulder County. And today we're going to have a short chat with Maciel Leon. Maciel is the division manager for CAP. So welcome, Maciel. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Hi, thank you for having me. My name is Maciel Leon, CAP Division Manager, and the reason I'm here is because I just wanted to share a little bit about my program under Community Services in Boulder County. And, I have a background in, crime victim services, as well as working with communities that are underrepresented and disenfranchised. And CAP is one of those programs that really takes on that mission in terms of really helping people foster self-sufficiency for themselves.
So the CAP program involves low-income people and their willingness and their willingness to get better and improve in different ways.
Yeah, it's a lot of the programming, we don't provide direct services, but we certainly do assist people in building on their assets. So a lot of people don't think that they have what it takes to be a leader or to really do something more than what they're doing. But what we do is that we build on those assets and we show them ways to navigate systems and how to certainly improve and look at things through a different lens, so that way they can better themselves in their situation.
Cool. So you offer like education and maybe even some financial assistance to do different things. I'm assuming assets is homes and businesses and other things like that. Excuse me.
Yes.
So.
Yes, absolutely. For example, For example, we have a program called PI, which stands for Personal Investment Enterprise. And the mission of that is to empower people with low income to save, build assets to strengthen their economic stability. So there's a lot of people out there who would love to, purchase a home, go back to school, or get some type of training, so that way they can, get a different job or, get a raise in their job or a different position. And also there's people out there that would like to start their own business, but they don't have the support or the know-how of how to do that. They have great ideas, but how do I get that started? And PI gives them an opportunity to do that. It's for low income. There's specific guidelines to qualify for this program. And what happens is that the individual has to take classes in their area of interest, and they have to save some money. So they start with a savings account and they have to save at least $1,000, and then we match them. We match them a 3-to-1. So at the end of the day, they'll end up with, $5,000, $1,000 that they saved, and then the other $4,000 that we match them with. So that way they can either use it for a down payment on a home, they can go back to school, or they can start their own business.
So it's a 4-to-1 match then, because they put 1 and you put 4, you end up with 5. Yes. Well, that's awesome. Yeah. And so you also offer like consulting services after the fact. So you educated them, you motivated them, you gave them some money, and then they're starting a business or whatnot. Do you have services for afterwards? So they.
Yeah, we certainly.
Or do you? Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, I'm cutting you off. No, we certainly do. We have partners that work with us, throughout the years, that will provide that guidance and that support. People who want to start a business, one of the requirements is to write a business plan. So they have someone that can go over it with them and see, well, if they're going on the right track, or if they need further assistance, or what to consider in that respect.
Oh, very cool. So you would also send them to like the SBDC or the Latino Chamber for that assistance, or do you have specific people in your team?
Yeah, absolutely. We work with our local partners, like the chambers, our local chambers and everything, to make those connections, because we know that part of that asset building is creating connections. Learning who your local resources are, learning who your partners are. If you want to go into business, and who are those people that I'm going to have to establish those relationships so that I can thrive. So absolutely.
Very cool. Yeah, very nice. And and you have the community action program. You have several programs. So you talked about PI. Do you have any other programs?
Yes, the other one we have is PEARL, which stands for People Engaged in Raising Leaders. And the purpose behind that is to, sometimes there's people who are ready to be civically engaged, but they don't know how or where to connect to that. So part of the components that we teach, we do a very basic Leadership 101, and that touches on people's assets and how to really build on those assets. A lot of folks don't think that they are leaders, when in reality, we have a lot of skills that makes us leaders. We don't think ourselves as, you know, being a mom, being a leader, when in reality, there's a lot that moms do that makes us leaders. And as students or community navigators. So we do a basic 101, and then we also do training on boards and commissions. Some folks really want to be involved and make change, makes you know, civic engagement through civic engagement. So we do those classes, and we have speakers, and we have people that actually, you know, help them. You know, that way, if they are to serve on a board or commission, they feel a little bit more confident as to what their role is within that forum.
Very nice. And I'm assuming, since you know, low income assets building, you guys are multicultural, right? So you take everybody. And you guys also know about culture brokering. I think that's a new thing, or not a new thing, but it's an important aspect of what you do.
Yeah, absolutely. And that brings us to our cultural broker program that's fairly new under our division. So Cultural Broker is that it's a program about community partners to bridge diverse cultures and reduce potential conflict. And what that program does is provide education, support, and it's really community driven. So it's not so much, it's about what are the community needs, how do we support those needs, and how do we continue thriving and supporting folks who are cultural brokers. Like you said earlier, it's nothing new. The only new thing about it now is that people are becoming more aware and are becoming more open to what that is. And they're looking into the organizations to see that, hey, it's not just about providing language services or translating or interpreting, it's about building that relationship.
So understanding each other, I mean, it's the first step to change, is to be aware and to understand, you know, because there's a psychological state that says, I don't know, and it sounds like people know that they don't know now, but that's the first step, because you can start change.
And I think right now what's happening is that people are recognizing the value of those trusted community members that bridge those gaps. You know, for example, not everyone trusts law enforcement. So who are those people that law enforcement can connect with and build relationships with? So that way they can go into those neighborhoods where they are not always welcomed. You know, how do they, you know, convey the message that they are there to serve and protect, and that they are a trusted entity. So you need those cultural brokers to establish that relationship and to really, you know, bridge those gaps that sometimes a lot of folks just are not willing to have due to previous experience or what they hear from other people or family or neighbors. So that's why cultural brokers are very valuable entity that we all need to consider.
Wow, that's wonderful. Great information, Maciel. Thank you for sharing. This has been awesome. If people have questions or want to get a hold of you about any of your programs, where can they reach you?
Well, they can certainly reach our CAP division at 303-441-3975, or they can look us up at our bouldercounty.org page and look for CAP, and that will have specific information about all programming that we provide. And and I can also share some information on your website as for the Latino Chamber. That way, if people just want to log into your page, they can certainly look up some links that will connect them to CAP.
Certainly, please do that, and I'll add it to our website so people can just go to one place, or, you know, amongst other places, and find info there. You can also go down here where it says description about this talk, and you will see Maciel's phone number and website that she shared with us, so it'll be there as well. So with that, we'll finish our little chat. Thank you so much, Maciel. You've been great, and until next time.
Great, thank you very much.